Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this particular segment is going to be called 300 Blackout Proof Research Barrel Redo. The reason why I'm going to redo it has to do with what I had placed here on the threads for an anti-seize. What I placed on it was Loctite LB 8008, and it's copper based. Thanks to Forever556mm. He gave me some advice when he took a look at one of my videos, telling me that that was not good stuff to use, and that eventually the copper base of this particular stuff will corrode the upper, and it will eventually ruin the gun. What he recommended that I get instead is Aeroshell. This is non-copper based, and it is, believe it or not, specifically for the purposes of putting guns together. There's no corrosive aspect to this in any way, shape, or form. So I am going to use this to, if I can find it now, reinstall my my barrel nut here back on the gun, and then do a complete redo on, getting the gun. It took quite a bit to clean all of the copper particles and stuff out of the barrel nut. I used CLP first, and then I used acetone afterwards to get it ready for this gun. I cleaned the threads here very, very extensively with a brush, with CLP, and with acetone to get it as clean as I can. As you can see, the creosote is off the threads, and I am going to do a complete re-seasoning of the threads. What a re-seasoning is, I'm going to 3 times on, and then I'm going on the 3rd time it'll be set. And the purpose is to stretch the threads enough so that you get a good solid seal in the threads, and firing the gun, it doesn't eventually come loose and it'll stay put. I currently have it on a Geisley reaction rod, and I'm going to take it off. A lot of people are real fond of this Geisley reaction rod, and I'm personally not a big fan. I am actually a bigger fan of this Brownell's vice block, upper vice block. I think it holds it firmer. I had to use it when I did the initial install because it is a very tight fit between the proof barrel and this Aero Precision upper receiver. So I had to use this, and because I had to use the barrel nut to actually seat the barrel. The barrel is in there very, very tightly. I don't know if I could ever get it off. However, I don't think I'm ever going to want to. So what I'm going to do now is I have to take off my optics here. I'll take off the optics. I'll put the gun back in. I'll put the gun back in this block, and then I'll show you how I'm going to put the bolt back on. Okay, as you can see, I have put the upper receiver and barrel into the Brownell's vice block. Back here is a piece which I think you put in pretty much to keep from crushing this. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put on the new Aeroshell grease, anti-seize grease, and go through the process of setting the nut. Got to use my fingers. I don't have anything better to use. We'll see how this all goes here. I know it talks about not wanting it to seep out, but at the same time I want to make sure I got enough on so that it'll do what it needs to do here. I'm also going to put it inside the bolt, the the barrel nut here as best I can. I'm really thankful to Forever556mm for making me aware of this. I had seen something prior to this, and I couldn't remember where it was, about not using copper because copper was corrosive to the aluminum receiver. So I'm very, very thankful for what he did in letting me know about this. Now I'm going to do exactly what everybody says to do. I'm going to tighten it down. I'm going to make it finger tight. And it's finger tight. Now, the particular, this is a Midwest Industries foregrip and Midwest Industries barrel nut. And the reason why I went with this is there's no indexing requirement. I don't need to index it to get the gas tube in over the top of it. But with that said, one thing that I've learned very extensively, and you're going to have to forgive me, is that to do this correctly, and I'm probably going to have to do it like so, the torque wrench needs to be at a 90-degree angle on the barrel and on the barrel nut or wrench to properly do this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to torque it to 35 foot-pounds, and I am going to undo it. And I'm going to do it 3 times to 35 foot-pounds. What you do is you take it all the way off. Now, I didn't just watch one set of people telling me to do this. I'm real big on Scotch Double-Otter. I really like his channel. I think he knows what he's doing. Okay. We're going to put it back on one more time here. I'm going to set the torque wrench again. To 35 pounds, a 90-degree angle. I'm going to get it on the nut, and I'm going to torque it down to 35 pounds. I'm going to undo it one more time. And the third time's the charm. Third time it stays. I actually might need, because that came off kind of easy, I think I'm going to adjust the torque on my torque wrench to 40 pounds. Just to give it a little bit more extra, because it's supposed to be between 30 and 80, and I think, actually let's go 45 pounds. Between 35 and 80 I think it will be fine. So I'm going to adjust this to, I'm going to take my torque wrench up to 45 pounds here. Okay, we're set at 45 pounds on the torque wrench. And we'll lock it down. And we will do this for the last time. And the barrel should be set pretty well at this point. Let's see what we get. Okay, she's locked in at 45 pounds. And that's the reinstall using aeroshell grease. I'll go ahead and show you the reinstall of my Seekins gas block, and we'll talk a little bit about that when I do it. That part's a little easier. Isn't quite so involved, but we will talk a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to reinstall the gas block. This has you know, as you can see, it's got a carbine tube on it. It's a melanite carbine tube, not carbine tube. And so I've already got that all pre-adjusted. It's already been on the gun once. And I'm just going to fit that back down the hole where it belongs, where it's supposed to go here. Right in there like so. And then I am going to ease this on. Now, what I'm going to do, because this has been recommended, you take one, you need to put the set screws in like so. Put one in at a time without anything on it. Okay, and make sure that it hits the dimple correctly, which that one does. Then you can take the second one and use a little bit of Loctite. I mean a little bit of Loctite. When I took this off to redo this video, I thought I was going to break my Allen wrench. This is a 3/32 Allen wrench that I'm using right here. You know, it's a standard SAE Allen wrench. And what I'm going to do is put just a little dab, and that's way too much. That's way too much Loctite. In fact, I'm going to clean that all off altogether. I'm going to shake that up real good, and we're going to try that again. Believe it or not, it does shake. It does shake in there. So let's see what happens now. Just a little dab will do ya. And that's exactly what I've got on there now. I've got a little dab will do me. And I'm going to go ahead and put it in there like so. It's actually sticking to me. And I hope to God, under no circumstances, I ever have to take this again apart. We'll go ahead and tighten that up, like so. Wipe off the excess, like so. And we'll take out the other set screw. I'm actually going to shake this up again one more time just so I get a good one on it. Getting too much. Make sure I reduce my... Okay. And we will go ahead and put this in. Get rid of the excess again. Okay, and my Seekins gas block is reinstalled. Okay. There's one more thing I'm going to install, but I'm not going to show you because it doesn't matter. And the only reason and that's this. This is this is a Sig Sauer flash suppressor. I am using it on this. It works just fine, as you can see. No issues. It's 5/8 by 24. There's no issue there. I'm only using it as a thread protection. I am going to get a Surefire. I was going to get a muzzle brake, and I can't get one. And for this gun, I probably don't need a muzzle brake. I am going to get a Surefire flash suppressor if it's available, so I can mount my SOCOM Mini suppressor on this gun. So this is really immaterial, and I'm not going to waste your time showing you that, but I wanted to give you, a little down and dirty. I'm going to go ahead and reinstall my my Midwest. Actually, I can go ahead and do it now so that you can see it. A little tight going over the gas block. It goes on just like so. Now, big thing here is alignment. And there are two pieces that go into this. Actually, there's three pieces. There's this piece that comes in here and sits down to hold it in place. And then you have two nuts that you put in on the same side. And these are torqued down. And I'm a big stickler on the torque stuff. The reason why is if they tell me I've got a torque weight, then that's what I want to use. 44 inch-pounds. So you're using a completely different torque wrench for this. This is what you're using. This is an inch-pound torque wrench. And I use it to put these on. There is actually some stuff that comes with the Midwest Handguard that you can use to, basically, for lack of a better way of putting it, glue it onto the nut. I haven't decided to do that yet. I haven't put enough rounds through this thing. If I don't need to do it, I'll never do it. But if through wear and tear it becomes necessary for me to put that on there, then I will use it. But because, as you can, this is the third time I've had to take off the handguard on this gun, and so I've been real reluctant to. I've been very, very reluctant to put that adhesive kind of material on there. I had to take it off to adjust the gas block. As you can see, I had to take it off to redo the barrel nut. So with all that said, I'm not messing with that anymore. And that's pretty much it for this video, people. I'm going to go ahead and finish putting the rest of it together. I hope it was informative to you. The big thing is, use this. Do not use this. Okay, no copper. If you want your gun to last, and I'm hoping, I'm an old man, but I'm hoping that this gun lasts me many, many, many years, and I hope to put several thousand rounds through it, so I wanted to do it right. Again, a shout out to Forever556mm for advising me and getting me on the right track reference to fixing this up. I'll put this video together, get it out on the net, and I hope you all have a great day.